and welcome to TimesXP and Rudyatri. So in recent years, the United States has witnessed a significant rise in both legal and illegal immigration. As of 2023, there were an estimate of 11.4 million undocumented immigrants living in the United States, and this is according to the Department of Homeland Security. Now, the southern US border has been particularly overwhelmed, with over 2.2 million encounters with migrants in 2022 alone, marking the highest number even recorded by US Custom and Border Protection. Now, this particular situation at the US-Mexico border has led to increase in political tension. Critics of the current policies argue that the US lacks the infrastructure to handle such a large volume of migrants, while supporters of one lenient policy points out that many migrants are fleeing violence, poverty, and political instability in their own homeland, particularly from the Northern Triangle. First, let's talk about the root cause of immigration crisis. It is divided into a few points. Firstly, political and economic instability in migrants' home countries. A significant percentage of migrants coming to the US border are fleeing the deteriorating conditions in their home country. For example, in 2021, more than 70% of migrants at the southern border were from the Northern Triangle. Economic hardship, gang violence, and political corruption are pushing many to seek safety and better life in the US. Now, addressing this requires a deeper understanding of the root cause driving people out from their home countries. Now, here the second point is asylum system overload. The US asylum system is overwhelmed. In 2021 alone, 1.7 million people applied for asylum in the US, leading to a backlog of nearly 1.6 million cases. Asylum seekers, many of whom come from the Central America, are often stuck in illegal limbo for years while their cases are processed. The existing infrastructure cannot handle the surge of cases, causing a bottleneck in the system. Thirdly, the issue is labor market needs. On the flip side, the US economy relies heavily on immigration labor. As of 2020, immigration made up nearly 17% of the US workforce. Industries such as agriculture, construction, and hospitality depend on both documented and undocumented workers to fill the essential roles. However, current immigration laws do not meet the labor demands of the US economy, leading to an ongoing mismatch between the available jobs and legal pathways for immigration just to fill them. Now, after all these implications, here are few steps to solve the immigration crisis. Firstly, it is comprehensive immigration reform. The US immigration system has not seen a significant overhaul in over 3 decades, with the last major reform passed in 1986 under the Reagan administration. Now, comprehensive immigration reforms would involve creating a legal pathway for undocumented migrants already that are living in the US, especially those who have been in the country for years. And they are also contributing to the economy and have no criminal record. Providing a path to citizenship for these individuals would help reduce the number of undocumented migrants while also ensuring that they are fully integrated into the system. Then comes the bill like DREAM Act, which would grant citizenship to individuals brought to the US as children. They are also called the Dreamers. They have been living in the United States for a long time. There are currently about 6 lakh Dreamers that are protected under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival program, with millions more eligible for the potential path to citizenship under such legislation. Now, it is very crucial to strengthen the border security and surveillance, one of the most contentious aspects of immigration policy in border security. Now, according to CBP, in 2022 alone, more than 6 lakh people were apprehended attempting to cross the southern border illegally. Investment in high-tech surveillance such as drones, sensors, and better coordination between the agency would help prevent the illegal crossing while allowing more resources to be directed towards managing legal asylum seekers. However, critics argue that focusing solely on border security will not only solve the issue. Now, in 2019, nearly 60% of undocumented immigrants enter the US illegally, but they overstayed their visas, according to the Center of Migration Studies. Therefore, simply building walls or increasing the patrol may not address the full scope of this particular problem. After that, expanding legal avenues for migrants to enter the United States would actually reduce the pressure on the border and curb illegal immigration. Now, for example, creating more temporary workers' visa for industries like agriculture and construction would actually help meet the labor demand while ensuring that workers are documented and protected by labor laws. In 2022, the Biden administration announced a program to allow up to 24,000 Venezuela's migrants to enter the US legally, as long as they pass a background check and have a financial sponsor. Now, similar programs could be expanded to other countries, especially for those who are experiencing economic and political instability. Now, here is the real problem, that the United States cannot solve the immigration crisis without addressing the root causes driving people to leave their countries. In 2021, the Biden administration launched a $4 billion plan aimed at addressing the corruption, poverty, and violence in Central America. However, such initiatives take time to show results, and continued investment in the region is actually very essential. In 2022, remittances sent from the US to Central American countries like El Salvador and Honduras reached record level, providing vital financial support for families but also highlighting the economic instability in these nations. Now, by addressing these issues directly, the US can help reduce the push factor driving mass migration. In conclusion, the US immigration crisis is actually a complex issue that cannot be solved in a single policy or action. It requires a contribution of comprehensive immigration reforms, stronger border security, expanding legal pathways for immigration, and reform asylum process. For more such videos, do follow TimesXP.